G'day! This video takes a look at Chinaman Well Track, which runs between the Nhill-Murrayville Road all the way down to Pella Track and is located in the western part of Wyperfeld National Park. Here we are coming off the Nhill-Murrayville Road. Have to say, this is an awesome sand track. It's probably my favourite track in this neck of the woods. This track offers awesome sand driving, heads up and down a few shallow sand dunes. What I really like about this track is it also heads along the tops of some of the sand dunes, which is pretty cool because you don't get to do that very much in a lot of other tracks. We were fair scooting along this particular day. It was a weekday and it was really late in the evening and we were frightened we were going to run out of light, so we were sort of pushing it a little bit. Thankfully the sun stayed out for most part. As you can see, the slopes are pretty gentle on all of these small sand dunes, so I didn't bother turning the telemetry on for this track, but it is just a great track. Here's one of the more difficult ones. The sand's super soft. It's an absolute cracking track. I really recommend this one for anyone coming out into the Wyperfeld Big Desert area to go and have a look. And I think even just as good is Pella Track down the other end, which we'll finish at, but it was getting a bit too dark to film that one when we went through. You can see in some of those fairly rutted areas it will pull the car around a little bit. Obviously we were going a little bit too quick. There's not a lot of water on this track, maybe a couple of parts have just got a few puddles. Just an absolute cracking piece of mallee vegetation. There's a heap of these tracks through the Wyperfeld and you can just go exploring. There's some really lovely tracks to four-wheel drive through. The sand here is just special. It's so clean and just a great track. The track's about 30 kilometres long. Takes a while to get through, so it took us about an hour and 10 shooting along at this speed, but I'd say generally speaking it'd probably be a comfortable hour and a quarter to maybe 2 hours depending on the sand conditions at the time. This was being driven in winter and so the sand is a little bit firmer than it would be later in the year when it dries out completely. Towards the end of the track, the sand thins out a little bit. You get a little bit more clay under the track. This section here probably gets a little bit messy, but it's not too bad. Absolutely stunning area of Victoria to come and visit. It's just such a good place to go in winter if you're looking for a little bit of four-wheel driving and exploring. So this is definitely what I would rate as an easy track. I think most people could quite safely come along here most times of the year. And we're nearly at the end of the track here now. The end of the track is Pella Track. That's another ripper. We'll show that another time. The sand in that was just amazing, and it's a really nice little drive. Here's the intersection with Pella Track. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you out there. This track takes about an hour and a quarter to 2 hours to complete, and I would rate it as an easy four-wheel drive track.